Record. Well, welcome everybody. This is our Zoom meeting for what day is today? Guru, what is this? August 29th? 2022?
29th, 2022. Yep.
Yes, August 29th, 2022. Dude, happy birthday again, man. How was it?
Thank you. It was phenomenal. It was super fun, quality people. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I'm in the midst of the Uber promotional drive, and you know, my main thank you so much again for producing such a great short. You and AJ, I gotta thank him when I see him more thoroughly.
Could you repeat that? You cut out. Sorry.
Oh, I was saying thank you for producing such a great short film with AJ.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, really just stellar work. And you know, I'm really looking forward to the community, like, to seeing more and more of that, like, leveled up action choreography from the community, you know. So I thought it was great. You know, the my you know, to my intention is to keep today's meeting short. You know, it's still, like, I'm personally attempting to optimize time as much as possible, and to figure out how to move the dial with a minimal effort, you know. And you know, my focus right now is essentially like drive, go home, edit, and train, and like dad time, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's the balance of life, man. Like, you know, dividing up your time and figuring out how to find that balance amongst work, home, self, and life. Family, excuse me. You know.
Yeah, brother. So I mean, like, there's you know, there's no like thoughts or notes that I have this week for the team, other than you know, just continuing to promote, and any ideas you might have are deeply appreciated, of, like, you know, other ways to promote. I just saw Sensei's app video.
Yes, as did I.
I only caught a few seconds of it because, again, I'm in the midst of driving. But it looked like, you know, the steady increase of Sensei Claw's content, steady increase in quality that I feel like he consistently improves.
I agree.
So I mean, I didn't.
Agree.
I have to watch it again to get a more detailed understanding of if there's any real notes.
He's not here at the moment, but any real note that I would give would just be work on pacing. Because I feel like, because there's not much happening in his video, there's a lot of dead air during him, like, talking. And, you know, I'm not referring to the one where he's doing the punch, you know, show us your forward punch, but I'm talking about the one that he put out to a challenge to make a challenge. There was a lot of, like, there's a lot of time in between him talking where I feel like he could do with cutting it shorter, like, even, like, I mean, not like, you know, where there's no space, but, like, you know, so that it's not just you're sitting there. Okay, he said something. Is he about to do something else? Is that the end of the? Oh, and he's saying something else. Like, it was that long of a pause. And that's, so yeah.
Interesting. You know, we may want to we may want to emphasize L cuts in editing, so that it's a little bit faster paced.
Yes, agreed.
That might be really helpful for someone like him, because his character is already so his pacing of speech is already so mellow and controlled.
Yeah.
that these L cuts actually might help a lot in conveying the comedy of the character to people who may not be used to that pacing of comedy.
Right. Totally.
So that's a great note. I'll make sure he gets to see this video too, because I think
Absolutely.
that this will be really helpful for him. And I'll send an example too, which is like, you know, the lift video that I cut, the recap video is all L cuts as an example.
Oh yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
Because I appreciate the flowers on my video. I'm curious, is there anything I can do to upgrade quality of video apart from me getting in better shape? Like being able to do most of the the stunts.
Anything
From the most recent video.
Okay, you're saying from the short film with AJ?
Correct.
So let me just make this drop, because I that's a great question. Is it right here?
Yes.
Enterprise. Oh, there's Enterprise. Of course. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. You too. All right. All right.
Hello.
3-minute drive to the next person. So, so you know, man, I think that it says a lot that you shot that with choreography made that morning.
Oh yeah, that was all under 2 hours of filming.
Yeah,
that was like way under.
Yeah, I think that's a really important thing to it's a real show of your talent and ability. I think that one of the things, I'll put it this way. One of the things that I just found out about Matiplier, if you remember from, did I just make a, I don't know if I think everything's fine. Matiplier, whatever his name is, the YouTuber.
Oh right.
You know, Ragdoll was talking about him, and you know, Ragdoll was mentioning this guy, and I think one of the biggest challenges that YouTubers face is a sense of cheapness to their storytelling. And what I mean by cheapness is that it is oftentimes referencing other beats, like other narrative beats that we are very familiar with, and so I'm speaking specifically about YouTubers, and I think that one thing that might be really valuable for your content, because you have an original character, you're doing original stories, and you have original choreography. I would really focus more on patterns, for narrative patterns, because you're very aware of them. And one of the biggest opportunities we have in culture right now is recognizing that, like ReelwUrld's big opportunity, is the recognition that the patterns are so understood by us, by pop culture, that we can reference them in a truncated fashion and get the point across faster. Right. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that those are the only patterns, and it's the new patterns, the new things that we haven't seen yet, that require a change in the speed of consumption. And so I'm saying all this because I think that you are an example of someone who has a mastery over a deep understanding and mastery over the patterns that we are very used to in culture, and you can use them very quickly. And I think because you are so masterful with them, and the speed comes across with your articulation in them, that it would be really valuable to see what Guru does, what Z does, with absolutely no point of reference. Meaning that you know, whatever you think a 3-act structure is, throw it out the window and do something that just feels like that just comes from feeling for you. And I'd be really interested to see that from a narrative standpoint, because I think that's where the future is across the board for narrative. I think that's where the huge opportunity for the thought leaders lay. So I think, I'm kind of framing this within ReelwUrld. ReelwUrld's opportunity for users and their opportunity is to look at the patterns and be able to utilize them for their own means, their own growth. And our opportunity as thought leaders is to forge the new patterns. And so I would just be really interested in more just you going off of feeling of anytime that you saw a pattern that felt like it was something you've seen before in a narrative structure, to just ask yourself, like, I know it's been done this way. How can I do what would I personally want to see different? And like consistently asking yourself that, even on the smallest steps, because I feel like you have, like I said, I think you have such a powerful understanding of, and you utilize narrative with such ease. So I would just like to see, I would like to see you crafting new patterns to lead even further.
Okay. I mean, okay. So well, that's how do you make something that's never been done before? All right. That's I accept the challenge. I've kind of wanted to do this with my story for Guru anyway. Like I have an actual short film that I want to make for Guru. If Warner Media wants to do something at some point, like or even if like we there's a budget for it to be done. It's just there's a story that I do want to tell with Guru, and I think it goes along the lines of kind of what you're saying, like how to do it all differently. And because like there are ways of like, there are structures and techniques and things that I have been studying. I wouldn't say I've mastered them, but I appreciate the sentiment. Like I so it just makes me want to work harder so that I can master those sorts of things. But at the same time, understanding what you're saying of like being able to master it, then understand how to do it differently.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Like from the standpoint of, even as a martial artist, I could do this kick, but now I'm gonna flip it and do it like even in a different style. So I can pick it up someone else. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Welcome. Excuse me, Guru, one moment. Just finishing up a call.
You're good, brother. I'm Guru Merkaba. I'm used to hearing people talk with masks. I do it all the time.
That's true. So yeah, man. I mean, like, I think that a note like that is really. I'm happy you took it that way, because it's really just about pushing you as an artist, because not many people have that command over narrative like you do.
Well, so, thank you for that. Okay.
How much you get it, and those steps that you articulated, there are many paths to the summit, and I think that you articulated essentially what people try to articulate. You did it with ease, and so I would consider that one notch on your belt, and you can put a whole bunch of other notches. Like, how many other ways can you get to the summit?
Right. Absolutely.
But yeah, man. I mean, I don't even know what to do for a thunderclap this week yet. So I know that we have this. We have the deadline is going to be coming up September 9th. So
maybe one more thing, pointing towards that.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure what that is yet. I'm doing my best to, like I said, with minimal time, to make sure that I have that the assets that I might share with you guys, or that you might create, you know, are the most impactful. So if you have any thoughts of what we could share that would help push people one last big push.
I mean, I kind of had to create my own little thing for Urban Action Showcase when I made that commercial that was showcasing my previous entry. And so like I didn't know if they had their own promo material that we could tap into and use. Just so that
I will ask Demetrius.
Fabulous. Just because maybe if we had something official from them as well as us, we could probably even just post it as like a picture, or sorry, as a graphic, or something motion, whatever comes about from it. But yeah.
Okay, I will, and if they don't have something direct, we can create something. I'll talk to Autumn about that, and
Okay.
share it for the team for the Thunderclap. So thank you, man. That's awesome.
Of course. And then yeah,
Dude,
I mean, oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna jump right now so I can focus more on driving.
Do what you gotta do, brother.
Thank you so much as usual, and everybody who watches this, of course, wefunder.com/ReelwUrld, ReelwUrld, for ReelwUrld to invest in the company, own part of our patent pending technology, our cinematic social network, and justiceforhire.com.app. Both of them will lead you to the Justice for Hire experience, the first show we're producing with the community, the martial arts cinematic universe. And we love you guys, and thank you, Z. Thank you, everybody that watches these. And
thank you.
And I'll sync later for the Thunderclap.
Yep.
Love you, man. Thank you.
Love you too.
Peace, brother.
Peace.